Sage for Kalkinemedia. Thank you for joining us for our educational series. Please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon to be notified of the latest videos. Today's topic is, what is the hierarchy of effect theory? The hierarchy of effect theory was introduced by Gary A. Steiner and Robert J. Lavidge in 1961 through their article, A Model for Predictive Measurements of Advertising Effectiveness. The hierarchy of effect theory shows the effect of advertising on the purchase decision of a consumer, and the hierarchy indicates the experience a customer goes through while making a purchase decision because of the advertisement. And the theory is used by the advertising agencies for a particular product for which a series of advertising messages are created, and successive objective is implemented until the purchase is made by the customer. The objective of an advertising company is to create awareness through their campaigns and increase the knowledge of the customers, making customers like the product, change their preferences, remove all the doubts regarding the product until finally the product is purchased by the consumer. Frequently asked questions. What are the steps of the hierarchy of effects? There are 6 steps in the hierarchy of effect theory. Awareness. This is the most crucial and first step of advertisements, and that is, brands must make sure that their targeted audience is aware of the presence of the brand in the market and within a particular market segment. For instance, if a consumer wants to purchase a pair of shoes, then Adidas will make sure that the consumer is aware of the brand named Adidas, which is engaged in selling shoes. Knowledge. At this stage, the consumer will conduct a comparison between the brands, and therefore brands must make sure that accurate and positive knowledge is made available among the targeted customers through different market touchpoints, such as the internet, broadcasting, advertisements, maintenance of positive public image, product packaging, positive product reviews, and so on. For instance, the consumer of shoes must be able to differentiate Adidas from the rest of the shoe brands and acknowledge the unique features offered by the brand. Liking. At this step, the consumer must build a liking towards the product, and the role of the advertising agency is to make the brand prominent in the eyes of the consumers by taking into consideration the emotional aspects. For instance, the customer of shoes will assess the pros and cons of buying Adidas shoes and might feel that his purpose of buying shoes is not fulfilled by the brand. And at this point, it is the responsibility of the brand to establish an emotional connection between the customer and the brand. Preferences. Before this stage, a customer might be convinced to make a purchase but is not 100% sure about his or her decision, as they see advantages in buying a competitive brand too. And at this point, the role of the brand is to prioritize itself in the eyes of the consumer by highlighting the unique selling points and differentiating the product. Points should ensure that your brand is liked by the customer. For instance, a customer is considering perhaps buying Adidas, but he or she will buy it once, or maybe will they repeat that buying decision? Conviction. After making the brand preference in the eyes of the customer's opinion about making a purchase should be converted into action, and the step can be combined with the test drives, free samples, and so on. It is a crucial step, as after testing the sample, the consumer might switch to the competitive brand. For instance, the consumer of Adidas tries out the shoes in the retail outlet. However, after visiting the outlet, he or she is not satisfied with the product and might switch to Puma. Purchase. The success of the advertising is dependent upon the final purchase decision of the consumer. It is the responsibility of the marketing department to ensure that the buying experience is enjoyable for the consumers and ease should be added. The purchase can be made enjoyable and easy by providing multiple payment options, access to the predictions, and easy to understand instructions and services to help the user utilize the product thoroughly, in the case of the technical product. And for instance, if the consumer has decided to buy, then the consumer can make a purchase from multiple sources, online and retail, etc., and can use multiple options to make the payment. Thanks for joining us. If you like the information, please like, share and comment on the video below. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. You'll be informed of our latest videos just by pressing that bell button. And for more information and regular updates, please head to the website kalkinemedia.com. Say cheer for Kalkine Media.